We don't have to stay here. We could go wherever we want.
No, we can't. This is our home.
Are you sure?
Oh, don't worry, darling. I have everything under control.
Welcome back, everyone. Hold on to your cup of noodles because it's time to discuss episode 4 of WandaVision. We see the chaos that occurred as people were blipping back into the world and learn Monica was among those that were snapped. It happened to her while she was sleeping, so imagine falling asleep just to wake up 5 years later. We find out her mother, Maria Rambeau, passed away during that 5-year time frame from cancer. She takes 3 weeks off before returning to S.W.O.R.D., so we know the events of WandaVision are taking place shortly after the unsnap. We get a better idea what S.W.O.R.D. has been doing, and that they changed what it stands for, Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division. We know that they have been around since the 90s with the events of Captain Marvel, and that both Fury and Maria Rambeau took a role into its construction. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. Now back to our normally scheduled content. We meet up with Jimmy Woo, who has now mastered his sleight of hand. A nice callback to Ant-Man and the Wasp, where Scott Lang was doing close-up magic during his house arrest. Find out they have a missing person that was in FBI protective custody, who is staying in Westview. We don't know who the missing person is, but we know that they are male from Woo's use of the word him. All the witnesses' relatives no longer remember who he is, and anyone with a connection to the town no longer remembers it. Woo says that the town does not want him to enter, and then Monica flies her drone in where it disappears. She observes the force field and gets sucked in after touching it. Darcy arrives and figures out there's a broadcast coming from the town. I need a TV, not a flat one. Talking about older CRT screens, you know, the ones that go crazy if you held a magnet to them. We get confirmation that it was Darcy watching at the end of episode 1. Her and Jimmy try to get a signal into Wanda through the radio, but the entire part where Wanda heard it and Dottie cut her hand were cut from the show, letting them to believe it never worked. We learn that things that enter the town change to match its quote-unquote production, such as the drone becoming retro, Monica's attire, and the hazmat suit becoming a bee suit. I must say, Woo and Darcy steal each scene that they are in.
Maybe I could get that coffee now?
S.W.O.R.D. starts to do backgrounds for the town people and learn they are real people who live in the town, but became part of the cast. We only get backgrounds on the people from episode 1, which is why Dottie is not on the board yet. The only one not identified is Agnes. The rest have a New Jersey ID. Jimmy Woo is asking some of the same questions we were having about the episode. Why hexagonal shapes? Well, if you also missed it, the town's barrier is also shaped as a hexagon. Why sitcoms? Is Vision alive? Also on the left we have Skrulls with a question mark, probably because S.W.O.R.D.'s relationship with Skrulls in the past, and could be some kind of misdirect. We get the entire altercation between Wanda and Monica. She goes full Scarlet Witch and knocks Monica through the wall, fence, and down a street until she's finally ejected from Westview. Wanda fixes the damage and hides it from Vision. We then see that Vision is still a corpse being animated by Wanda, and she is fully aware of what is going on.
So dark. You sure you're not from the DC universe?
It seems Wanda needs to maintain her focus or things can begin to revert back. Vision makes a remark saying they can go anywhere, but Wanda tells him that this is their home. Monica states it's all Wanda, and the show ends with a very fitting song, Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix. There is a new trailer for Week's 5 episode, and it looks to kick it up another notch, so make sure to subscribe for when I do that review, but be sure to check out my top 5 most likely villains video. Thanks for watching.